I think that's the one, right?
Come here, baby girl.
Yeah.
Il laisse Siouar sit. On va voir.
Hello.
On est au milieu, c'est droit. Au pire, je remettrai un peu plus droit. All right, it's rolling.
Yeah.
And we are now going to speak in English because
Let's go.
this is the language
so
of the
international.
It is. All right, so first of all, thank you for those who are tuning in again or for the first time. Today we have a special guest, Siouar, who is actually the first woman guest on this show.
I feel so honored.
No, I am honored.
Oh, stop.
And so before we start, I mean, I think, I mentioned your name already. And we are, before I talk about the topic of today, which is spoiled here, but I just wanted to do a little, intro. And I thought, why not, for the intro, tell people how we met.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And so we met the first time at Nike in Amsterdam when we were both working for the company. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't really hang out in Amsterdam. But we found each other again when you moved to Geneva. And this is my hometown. I moved back. And thanks to our dear friend Sabrine, bisous à toi. We just reconnected, and since then
The rest is history.
the rest is history. And we did a freaking Hyrox, not together, but kind of. Almost. And so that is the topic of today. So it's a bit different from the first two episodes, where I think the first two episodes it was like guests that were telling kind of their story, and today it's kind of our common journey. And I hope one day you'll come back on this show to talk about your passion. I mean, Hyrox is kind of your passion, but maybe
It
not.
is now.
It is now.
Became my passion.
You have no other choice. But yeah, so thank you so much for accepting to be here today and sharing this amazing topic that, I think everyone is tired of hearing about Hyrox right now. But
Me too.
Me too. But let's just do it one last time.
Fine. I'll do it for you.
And so before we go into our journey, I thought it would be just nice to recap what Hyrox is. So what is Hyrox? First of all, it stands for Hybrid Rock Stars. And hybrid because it's a mix between cardio and a little bit of strength. Just a little bit.
And rock stars because, you gotta be a rock star to do it.
Of course.
Right?
That's
why we felt like that was for us.
Yeah.
We identify to rock stars.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's like 8 stations with 1 kilometer run in between each, so 8 kilometer run in total. This is how it kind of looks like, where this brings back a lot of
Memories.
Trauma. No.
Traumas, yeah.
No, but we run around it, and then every station is there. So the first station, look at these rock stars, seriously. So the first station is 1,000 meters ski erg. We have 50 meters sled push, and for women, we did it solo. Good to just
very important.
Very important. So it's a race that you can do either solo, double, or relay.
Yes.
And we're crazy enough to say, this is our first one, let's do it solo. So solo women push 50 meters, 102 kilograms. You have 50 meters sled pull.
I love watching those pictures.
Yeah, 78 kilograms. 80 meters burpees broad jump, our favorite.
Love it.
Love it. 1,000 meters rowing, 200 meters farmer carry, 16 kilos, 100 meter sandbag lunges, 10 kilograms for women. Looks like our knees have, ils ont subi.
It's just the memories, that are like tattooed in our body.
Scars. And we end up with 100.
The best of the best.
Yeah, 100 wall balls. Okay, so now that we know again what Hyrox is, and you know what Hyrox is, let's talk about our journey as solo finishers. First of all, well done to us.
Yes.
Seriously.
So proud.
So proud of us. And I prepared some questions, like before the race, during the race, and after the race. Let's see where the conversation goes, but we'll keep it short and sweet. And so the first one is, how did we get into it? I'm going to tell you my version, but because, I mean, you were the first one to kind of get into it. Why don't you tell your kind of journey to that?
Of course. So I just want to like ground everyone that my background is definitely not a gym girly or a fitness girl or not even a runner. Like I hate running. My background is dancing. So I just love dancing. I started very young and it really turns into a true passion. So I think a lot of dancers really focus on performing the choreography, you know, think about the grace, the art of dancing, which I love, but we tend to forget about muscle strength. And it's such an important part of your dance training because you dance with your body, you do the moves with your body, and your body has to be strong. So I was like, I might at some point need to hit the gym. I just didn't know where to start, how to use, I don't know, like any machine. So I just decided to start, get into it and called a personal trainer, Florian, that's you. So I started to train with him around a year ago. It was January 2025, you know, like New Year's resolution, let's go. And I really enjoyed it because I could see straight away the benefit that it gave me into my dancing journey. So we were just training, you know, and then at some point, I think like 3 months in, he was like, I think you should do a Hyrox. I was like, a high what? What are you talking about? You know, like it's a hybrid race, you need to run, lift weights. I'm sure you can do it. I'm like, I'm not really sure, but I didn't even know what it was because I was not really into any fitness challenge or like any gym trends. And let's be honest, it's kind of a trend right now. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And then the more we were training, the more he was like, you should do a Hyrox. There's one in Geneva. Come on, you should sign up. I was like, so he's done one. I think he was in Bâle a few months before. I was like, he's done one, so he knows what it is. He's a professional. There's like all the points that tells me, trust him, just do it, you know? And it's funny because he believed in me before I believed in myself. So eventually I was like, okay, I'm gonna sign up. And he's like, but you should do it solo. I was like, oh, but we can do it duo? I didn't even know it was a possibility. So I said, no, maybe I should do it with a friend. He's like, no. I kind of know you now. I know your background. I know you can do it alone. Like, you're a strong woman, you're independent, you have a lot of determination, you're a go-getter, so you can definitely do it alone. I was like, oh wow, I like what I hear. Okay, fine, I'm gonna do it. So I just signed up, and after that I started to realize what I signed up for. Yeah, that's what led me to it.
Amazing. And so what brought me into it is obviously you. You inspired me to do it. And I think, so the first thing was when I saw your Instagram stories with Flo. You know how often like in like between women there can be this competition of, you know, you see someone do something and you're like, oh, like, I don't know, you get like kind of, you know, upset or anything. But what I love about our friendship is that I never felt any competition between us. And I remember seeing your stories with Flo and I was like, damn, I want to do that too. Not in like if she can do it, I can do it, but more like she's doing it, I want to do it too. Like that, this inspires me. And I think in like, I'm kind of like the opposite of you, where you were talking about your background as a dancer. And for me, like, not that, so strength training is definitely not my background, but more like the running and And yeah, like I've just tried all kinds of sports since I'm a child, that for me it was like, okay, like strength training is kind of missing also. And I want to, I just want to build a little bit of muscles. And then, so I signed up with Flo. So thank you again for bringing me on that journey and for inspiring me for that, because yeah, it's changed a lot.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
I like that.
And then you talked to me about Hyrox. I can't remember if it was you or Flo first, but it was like just a couple of weeks. I started my training with Flo like just a couple of weeks before the sign-ups for Hyrox. And then you told me you were going to do it solo. And I was like, fuck, like, again, like if she's doing it solo, then I want to also do it solo. Like, it feels like it's something that I would have loved to share with you. But then I was like, yeah, I mean, why not doing it solo too? And then a couple of weeks later, there we are, like just like with the tickets, and yeah, so that's kind of the journey of what brought us into Hyrox. It's like I just love the inspiration, you from the coach and then me from you, and like it just like, yeah, we built up all of this. So that answers the first question. Second question is, how did we prepare? So up until the race, and I think I want to talk about three different things. Obviously, we had the same coach, so that held us accountable, and he knew exactly how, like, what exercise we needed to focus on to build up on strength, to be as successful as we could for Hyrox. But I think two other things that was super important in our pre-race journey was like eating Instagram reels every day.
Literally.
About Hyrox.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, all of these people who have done it, and they were posting about their journey, about tips on what to do, what not to do, how to do this, how to better do this. So Instagram Reels, super important, and the second important one was the group chat we had with Nico. Mm-hmm. Hi, Nico.
Hey.
And yeah, I think that helped a lot, and I'm so glad that you also and I'm very grateful for you to have brought in also your friends in this whole journey, like Nico, who also did Hyrox. And so I think you were the one who set up the group chat in Instagram, and the three of us, we were just like every day sending each other reels.
Feeding each other of anxiety and stress before the race, yeah.
Seriously. But yeah, I think that gave us so much like excitement to share it with someone, even though we were all doing it solo, and Nico was obviously in the male section, yeah. So yeah, but that was for me like the best way to prepare, even though Nico also lives in Amsterdam. We never really trained together, but just that was, for me, such an important part of the journey.
For sure. I think the mental support plays a lot, sometimes even more than the physical trainings, because we were all doing our trainings alone. But I think just talking about it with someone who is going through the same thing as you just helps tremendously. And also I think it kind of gave us some reassurance that, because let's be honest, on Instagram all the reels that we were seeing were pro athletes, like the timing they were sharing, their tips on how to do the best burpee, how to like nail it in the sled push. It felt kind of unreal because I personally couldn't really identify to those people, but when I was talking with you and Nico, I felt a little bit more like, okay, yes, we're going through this together. It's a little bit more real. It's like normal people, you know, like me. It's like moldu. So it really helped in the preparation that led up to the race to share it with friends, even though we were all doing it solo. And I found that really powerful.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add on how we prepared?
I think also it was a lot of fun, because I think the beauty of it is that none of us, you, Nico, or myself, really took it extra seriously. You know, we
Yeah.
always like had fun with it. We're like, whatever, you know, it's just like another challenge that we're doing because we're going through our 30 years old crisis, you know, like it's just,
For
it
real.
made it really fun just to share it.
Yeah.
And I think that's also what made this preparation not necessarily easy, but yeah.
Yeah, helped to not only focus on performance and being scared about, like, there was no there was fear. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Totally.
There was
and
fear.
of course, it's natural.
Yeah. But like you said, that aspect of making it fun made it just remove the weight from the fear.
Exactly.
Yeah. During the race. Okay. How did we feel at the starting line?
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah. So race day, and maybe just before getting into during the race, for me, when talking about that fear, I know we were always like joking about everything, but me inside, like, and I think maybe you can share this feeling. I'm quite like a perfectionist. And I always want to do my best, and you know, like, it's never like competition with others, but the competition with myself is like, and that's why it was nice to have the fun to remove that a little bit. But still, I was like, although deep inside, like on the surface, I didn't really care about the time.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to be proud of myself, you know, to like do a good time. So I think that feeling of fear was, I was trying to trash talk myself about like, oh no, but like, I'm really not going to do a great timing and this and that. You were the opposite. You were like, oh, I don't care. Like, so it's funny how we had two different ways of coping with it. For me, I had to kind of like give myself sometimes some trash talk, and for you,
I've always dealt with stress in this way. Like, I just had to minimize it, to minimize everything that I'm feeling stressed with, because otherwise I'll be just like super anxious, and it's just gonna be counter efficient. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, you know, it's a race. I've done worse, like harder things in the past, not necessarily sports related. Like, if I look at, you know, like on my professional moves and life changes, like, come on, it's just a race.
Yeah.
So I tried to minimize it to deal with the stress, and I saw that for you it was a completely different way, and it was just so funny to, now looking back at it, it was just so funny to see how we all dealt with.
Yeah, for sure. And so now, race day, I think, like, I was super nervous. And we went to get our ankle bracelets, and what else? We dropped our bags, and we
tattooed our time of departure.
Our number, actually, our bib number.
And the bib number, both,
Oh, I didn't have the time on my...
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, I had 12:40 and the bib number, just in case you forgot
Right.
when you need to go.
And so we were 10 minutes apart.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was based on the time we put. No, because we had, I think, the same time.
Yeah.
We both put like the maximum
max.
time. Yeah, the max. But we were still like 10 minutes apart in the starting times. But we got to be together in the warm-up section, warm-up zone. For me, during the warm-up, I was super nervous. I don't know how you felt, because we never really spoke about it after.
No, true.
But how did you feel?
I don't know, I felt like, I don't think I was realizing that I was starting in a bit, but I was just like very calm. I think the people around me made me feel stressed, because you
like
can
me?
see, like you. No, I think you looked okay, but a lot of people, like, you can see in their faces that they were like very focused, which I completely understand. Like, we all have different ways of dealing with stress, specifically before the starting time. But again, like, my way of dealing with it is just kind of neglecting it, you know, like I was in denial. So I was like, whatever, you're here now, just go.
Right. I think I maybe hide it well. Like I'm also like quite a calm person, but yeah, inside I was like, here we go for at least an hour, and I don't know. In my mind, I thought it was like gonna last 1 hour 45 or 2 hours. So I was like, oh, okay, here we go. This is just a warm up. Oh shit. And I had to go to the bathroom and all of that. Anyways, so good to know there is actually a bathroom in the warm up zone.
Yes.
So yeah.
Very useful.
Very, very useful. And then you have this tunnel when you will start. And I remember we were all together and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start soon, I'm gonna go. And they were all like, no, it's too early, you're gonna stress in there. I was like, no, I really need to be in the zone. And I was all in the front in the tunnel, but, and I remember being quite emotional because they have this like inspirational, motivational.
Oh my God, that made me so stressed.
Oh
like,
yeah.
If there was a time where I was stressed, is in this zone. Because you see like all those videos, like you feel the tension of everyone around you, and then you have that countdown. Oh my God, the worst countdown ever. Every New Year's Eve I'll be like, no, please, this brings up some trauma. It goes from 10 to like 0, and this is where I felt really stressed.
That's so funny, like our journeys are completely different. For me, I felt like pumped up in the tunnel and I was like, yes, let's do this. I think it was really like my sort of like masculine side coming out and being like, yes, I can do this.
Love it.
I was really in the front and I was like, yeah, I was feeling it. But also I remember like really doing this kind of deep breathing, because I remember again in one of these reels that you see, it was like, it's really important to, because like you said, there's a lot of tension in the beginning and your heart rate can go up before the race. Trying your best to keep it calm, and I think that really helped me, like knowing that in advance, trying to keep your heart rate low before the start was so important. I was like, okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
Completely. Because otherwise you just go with a heart rate very high and you have to run a kilometer and then go to the skier again. Like, so yeah. Doing some breathing exercise, if we have one advice, which we really both agree on, just breathe.
Exactly.
It's gonna help you.
For sure.
In life.
Every day. Yeah, okay, so starting line. Anything you want to add to this question?
No, I think we covered it.
All right. Nailed it. What was the most challenging? I think for us it's different, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think for me it's not going to be a surprise to anyone because I kind of spoiled it at the beginning. It was the running part, definitely. I'm not really a runner. I don't really enjoy running, but I know it's part of the training. So I did some running trainings with my coach. We did different ones, but I knew that I was never going to feel really ready in that part, just because it's not something I enjoy. But you know, you don't always do things you enjoy in life, and I know it's also part of the race. And I wanted this challenge. I was like, "You want it? You go for it now."
Yeah.
There's no way back. You have to go. So the running was really challenging for me. It was mainly because after each session, the strength part was okay, but it's still like your heart rate is high, and it's the way how you can continue to run after each station, and the kilometer felt so long. Even you can say, yeah, it's just 1 kilometer. Come on, no, it's 1 kilometer after like 1,000 kilometers ski erg, or after 80 meters burpees.
Not kilometers, 1,000 meters.
Meters, sorry, meters.
Thank God.
Imagine, we would still be like skiing.
Yeah. Well, still not done.
But yeah, for me, it was that which was the most challenging. Also to not walk in what they call the rocks zone, which is the part of the zone where you finish your station and you go to the running circuits. Yeah. And this is where a lot of people tell that you could win some minutes, because this is where everyone wants to like, okay, now I'm done, I just need to breathe and I need to walk. But if you manage to keep running, this is really what makes your race. You nail it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the running part was the most challenging. I knew it. A lot of people that have made it Hyrox, they all are telling me, you have to run. Because I think we think about it more as a CrossFit race. So you go hard on your gym sessions, you train all those stations, you build muscle, yes. But we tend to forget that half of the race is running. And yeah, for me that was really the biggest challenge.
Yeah, while for me it was the easiest part.
I know. But that's why we do a great duo.
I know, yeah. Well, still, we'll have to keep your running going, so that, you know, because that's in a double. You can split as you want, like the stations, but then the running is together. So we'll bring your running up, and you can help me with the stations, because yeah, for me, like the most challenging was, I think I didn't train enough to build up muscles. So for me, the running was really my, how do you say?
Comfort zone.
Yeah, comfort zone and récupération. Wow.
J'entends.
Moi aussi. Anyways, yeah, that's where I would just like, non mais j'ai envie de trouver ce mot, putain. C'est quoi la récup? Bon, c'est pas grave. So yeah, running was definitely the time where I could catch my breath. Kind of. I mean, it's not like, oh, nice. But the hardest part for me, I think, was the sled pull. The sled pull, and not because of the strength. Obviously, like, every station is freaking hard. And I think that's important to say, because like now that you see everyone doing Hyrox, it seems easy, but it is so freaking hard. And I remember suffering at every station too. But sled pull for me was really hard, more for, I think, mentally. Why? Because the sled pull, to be able to do it really well, it's very technical. You know, because you have the rope and you need to like not step on the rope and you shouldn't like step out of your zone. And I was frustrated because I didn't train enough for this one, and so I didn't necessarily have a smooth technique. And on top of that, it was just so freaking heavy. Yeah. So
it felt heavier than when we were practicing, right?
Yeah. And we were saying that also with the push and the pull, depending on wherever gym you train, the carpet is not as slippery as the one that we trained on.
Exactly.
So everything felt really harder. But yeah, I think that one for me was the most challenging. It's looking also like at the techniques and making sure that you have the right technique.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one.
It is.
Let's just stress this fact,
yes.
Because you said it really well. We feel like it's easy because a lot of people are doing Hyrox. It's a trend right now. Yeah. We're seeing it everywhere. It's in every city. It's becoming more and more popular. So like, yeah, let's do a Hyrox. But my advice would be, do not go into a Hyrox without training. It's not like, oh, today I'm going to run a 10K. Obviously, you can train, but if you want to go for it easy, you can do it. But a Hyrox is not easy.
Yeah. I mean, unless you really don't care about your time and you do it in 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
That you can definitely do it without training. But I think
like what you said about the technique. Yeah. It's also very important. Also because those stations are not also... They're not like you could harm your body if you don't do it really well. Yeah. So that's why like having those techniques is so important, and the training is very important. Yeah. Well, it is a challenging race, but I'm so glad that
me too. Yeah, that is done, and I'm looking forward actually to the next one.
Oh my God, how is this possible?
All right, this question: how did we feel at the finish line? You go first.
So proud of myself. And I think, I wasn't really 100% confident before doing this race, but the amount of confidence that I had at the end of this race was crazy. And really then it's really taught me a lot about, if you want to try something new, you don't need to be 100% confident, because confidence can come after. So I felt really proud. I was just like talking to myself, oh my God, you've done that, you did it. Like, who were you a year ago
Right.
to even think about doing something like this?
Yeah.
And again, like my passion is and like has been always dancing. Like never have I ever imagined one day I would do something like a Hyrox. I didn't even know what was Hyrox.
Yeah.
So I was so proud. I felt released because I did it and I finished in a good condition. Like I wasn't completely smashed. I didn't want to throw up or you know, I still felt good. And I even had goosebumps. I was like, wow, you know,
Yeah.
I remember looking at my time like 2 seconds, and I think I just forgot as I was looking at it because I was like, whatever, I'm here.
Yeah.
I've done it, I'm standing, I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm proud of what I have achieved. And moreover, I was really proud about the journey. So that finish line felt like the end of a whole journey that led to the race. And yeah, I think it was one of the proudest moments of my life, to be fair.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. For me, it was quite similar. Of course, like feeling proud. But for me, at the finish line, like when I pass it, I just like dramatic, like on the ground.
Drama queen.
Yeah, really. I was like, I'm in a movie. I'm gonna like. But I remember just like crossing the finish line, not even looking at the screen. I didn't care about my time. I was just like, I did it. And I let myself fall on the ground, and then suddenly like the emotions came up and I started crying, but like really crying, like sobbing, like you know.
I was still on my wall balls. I didn't see you, sorry. I was like probably on my 20th wall ball.
To be fair, I started before you, so I had a little longueur d'avance. But yeah, it was really that moment of all these emotions bursting, and seeing then when I got up, saw Sabrine, like she was she was the best supporter that we could have asked for.
Definitely.
Like her energy, her smile, like everything. And when I saw her at my finish line, I just went to her, and there was also my sister with the camera, and I saw like Flo. I kind of saw my mom, but like Sabrine was there, and I just went to her and I just started crying. And I remember after the race, she was like, "Tiff, I'm so sorry. I think I kind of stole the moment from your family." It's like, girl, you're part of the family. But yeah. So really, that those emotions, I can't, like, you need to live it to really realize it.
It's hard to describe.
It's really hard to describe, but yeah, the pride and just being so freaking happy that it's over as well.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
All right. Then after the race, I think there's one question, which is, what are our takeaways? You mentioned just a couple of things before of how I think, wait, what was I going to say?
It helps build confidence.
Yes, that one, for sure. I think the one thing that we kind of feel after a Hyrox is like, anything in life, it's like, I did a Hyrox, of course I can do this.
So true.
Seriously, it's like,
solo.
So what?
A Hyrox solo.
Yeah,
I think that's
solo,
also make a huge difference.
For sure.
Because you're in your pain from beginning to the end alone.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a lot of friends who came and support. Like, I could never be more grateful for all of the friends who literally traveled the country to come and support me, support us.
Yeah.
But in the end, you're still doing it alone.
Yeah.
So it really helps you to be okay with yourself for that moment of time, for how long your race is. Build that confidence for yourself, because no matter how much people can tell you, yeah, you can do it, you're strong, you're an athlete, we are proud of you, we believe in you. If you don't believe it for yourself, it's not the same.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is also one of my key takeaways.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, it made me want to do another one.
Yes, and we are going to do another one. And we're gonna do one actually, a double together.
Yeah.
We'll have to see which one we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think also another takeaway for me is like obviously everything that is related to ourselves, like the confidence and all of that. But one of the important takeaways also for me was, I think it came in a time of my life where I kind of needed to focus on something and on something new. I had a lot going on, but also kind of like in a moment where I knew I was going to be back in Geneva full time, and it just kept me focused on one thing that was important to me, because there was like a goal to reach. Sorry, that is also quite individual. But the other part that I wanted to say was also just the community part. Again, the sharing, you know, with you and with Nico, who was doing it as well. With all of the ones who came to support us, like you just mentioned, and I want to like personally thank everyone who came to support us. The ones that you brought, and also my family.
We can name them.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So big shout out to, of course, Sabrine.
Yes.
Nico, who smashed his race
Yes.
in the men's section. We cannot be more proud of you. I hope you are too. Benjamin, who came all the way from Amsterdam to cheer us up.
Yeah.
JB,
Yes.
who also brought all his cheering and camera and filming
Yes.
to the venue.
We had my mom, my sister, who filmed my whole Hyrox.
Love it. She's so good.
Amazing. And my mom's partner, Eric. And every time I would see their faces when I was running, and also during the stations, but I don't know, it's so important to have people to come to support you, because I
Yes,
think
I
that
agree.
is, and you can see how proud they are also of you.
Yeah.
And
Just warm your heart.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also want to add my two Geneva girlies, Christina and Valérie, who really came and gave us all their love and support, and we really appreciate it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And obviously, big thanks to Flo, who coached us.
Yes.
And who was also there during our race, before, and also right after. We even got to share a little moment with his daughters, which was really beautiful. But yeah, so I think really that community part also, because obviously like doing a Hyrox solo is very individual, but there's so much more to it. If you bring in people, it makes it so much more fun and more enjoyable, and it's memories for a lifetime.
Forever.
Yeah. Do I have anything else after this? Oh yeah. What's our advice for someone who's thinking about signing up?
Just sign up.
Just do it.
Sign up.
Just do it.
I mean, yes, we said it's not easy. It looks easy, but it's not. But it's like anything. If you really put your mind into it, if you train for it, if you get yourself also surrounded by people who believe in you, who can give you the best advice, who guide you, especially if you're completely new to this type of training, you can do it. Like really. And again, like I said, you don't need to feel ready, you don't need to feel confident to do it, because all of this come after. And I think we said it really well in our key takeaway, but it's just the feeling of you're doing something for yourself is really beyond expectations. Like for me, I knew it was a good challenge, but I only realized how good it was at the end of the race.
Yeah.
And you know, I like to say there's always a before and after Hyrox, not necessarily in terms of how your body is or your muscle strength, but more about your mental health, mental well-being. Because again, all those kind of invisible benefits that this race brought to me are just, I don't know how to describe them, but you really feel the difference.
For sure. Yeah, and in that mental, I'll add like really like it's just you kind of adopt a new mindset.
Yeah.
Back to the confidence, right? Like I did a Hyrox or I'm training for a Hyrox, I can do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
It gives you so much power and belief in yourself. And yeah, I think all of those things, like the aftermath, like the after race, is just so worth it.
And you just realize also how much you're lucky that your body can do it.
Yeah.
That your body is healthy, that you also have the mindset to do it. I think sometimes you really get caught up into, oh my God, I want to do this, this is my goal, I'm going to practice for it. But if you just like step back 1 second and reflect, you're like, actually my body is healthy and I'm lucky that I can do these things.
Yeah.
That if tomorrow I see a new challenge, I want to do it, my body can follow. And this also is also one of my key takeaways, because I think sometimes we don't often realize that.
Yeah, we take our body for granted sometimes. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think also one thing, some advice for others is, I mean, we mentioned it like throughout the questions, but one is whether you do it solo or, well, especially if you do it solo, like find people that you can share the journey with.
Yeah.
Because it makes it fun, it makes it easier to keep yourself accountable, to keep training. So yeah, just that community part is super important. And yeah, like the build up, the during and the after, it's so much nicer to have when you can share it with people.
Absolutely.
And then my last advice is just eat Instagram reels every day for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Not if it stresses you a lot though.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to, you know, switch off those things, but yes, definitely.
Whatever works for you.
Exactly.
I know that it worked for me. It gave me strength. It gave me like also inspiration. I learned a lot of techniques, you know, like the farmer carry, where you like kind of like go around, and like just small techniques to make your stations a little bit more efficient. And it's just fun because you're like, oh, I saw this on Instagram and now I'm doing it in real life.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I was so not prepared this time that I didn't put a thank you slide, but big thank you for you being here today and sharing that journey. I mean, for us to have been able to share that journey together, and now sharing it with others, and hopefully this gives like motivation and inspiration for other women to do it. I mean, women and men, obviously, but sometimes, yeah, you just need to see other women do something to be like, yes, I can do it too.
I agree.
So yeah,
Thank you for having me.
But of course, and next time, I want to know everything about dancing, and maybe you can show me some dance moves.
Of course, stay tuned. You'll dance with me.
Thank you. Oh, and we didn't, one last thing maybe, if people are wondering like what did we wear,
yes,
you know,
sure.
like I think in terms of shoes is the most important. I wore, do you have yours?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, let's show them. Last little bonus before. So mine are a little bit dirty. I still have a leaf from this morning's run. But I wore the Addy Zero. They're amazing for running. They are super light. The cushioning is amazing. I think they look really nice too.
They do, yeah.
I mean, a bit dirty today, but they look really nice, like the design, I love it. And however, I think one thing that was a bit maybe tough in this Hyrox, at least with the carpet that we had, because it's like, it wasn't, sometimes
grip.
I would, I felt like it was not grip. Maybe it's better with a little bit more grip, but for me it worked really well. So this is what I wore.
Love it.
Yeah.
And this is a non-paid ad for Nike. But I wore the Pegasus 41. Honestly, I didn't really know which shoes to wear for the Hyrox, so I just went into a Nike store and said, I'm running a Hyrox. I'm not a runner, I'm also not a huge weightlifter, I just need something in between. And this is what they've advised me to buy. I was hesitating between this one and the Vomero, but the Vomero, I think to me it's more of a running shoe because it was going too much like to the front.
It was curved like in the,
Exactly.
in the front.
So I felt like, you know, if I was doing a burpee broad jump, I would just fall down. And I didn't want that.
Yeah.
So I found this really good. It's quite, it's very light. It has a lot of cushioning. It's not the best for cushioning, but for me, it was the best of both worlds. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it.
Let me see mine are completely wet, so yeah, they're light as well. Yeah, so that's it. And then well, outfit, you can see some photos on our Instagram, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much again for listening, for tuning in, and can't wait for the next episodes.
Me too.
All right. Bisous, see you in the next one.